Hello, this is Niilo from Insomnium. I was asked to pick 3 of my favorite or most influential stories, and I choose 3 Finnish stories to make it more interesting, something that not everybody knows. So, my first choice, something that greatly influenced our new album, Anno 1696, is a story by Aino Kaulas. It's called Sudenmorsian in Finnish. It's either Wolf's Bride or Bride of the Wolf in English. There is an English translation, maybe even German one, I'm not sure. It's a werewolf story set in 17th century Estonia. And it's considered as one of the greatest Finnish novels ever written. And for me, it's the greatest. And it has greatly influenced my stuff and also the story of our new album. But I won't spoil more than that. Then my second choice it's in English it's called Troll, a love story, by Finnish writer Johanna Sinisalo. Actually, it won this biggest literature prize in Finland, I think 2001, and it's the first, kind of the only fantasy book that has ever won this prize in Finland. So it's really cool, and it has this narration technique that I have fell in love with, and I have used it in my own works as well. So this kind of first-person narrative that changes. There are at least 5 narrators in the story, and fantasy and kind of urban fantasy. And then my third pick would be a comic book by Finnish artist Petri Hiltunen. It's an adaptation of Robert E. Howard's short story Grey God Passes, and it's actually set in it's a historical battle in Ireland between the Irish and the Vikings. And it's a little bit more complicated than that, but it's a medieval real battle, and it tells of this story with some fantasy elements added to it. And it greatly inspired me to write Winter's Gate. And even more, what I'm writing now, I'm writing my first novel, and I already have a publisher for it. I've been writing it for, during the whole pandemic. So over 2 years, it's been a long process already. It's going to be a long story. But this one battle and this story of this battle in Dublin has greatly inspired me to write of my own fictional medieval stories. So I will pick these 3 as the most influential Finnish stories for me.